Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of Vlogmas. We are figuring out this audio video thing, I guess, one day at a time. It's a little bit different than recording a podcast, we're finding out very quickly. Biggest difference is that you can't see all of the laundry that's on my living room floor that I just folded on just a podcast episode. So that's fun, having to hide my laundry from you guys. We're so glad you're back. We're so glad you're with us for this month. We're really excited as we do try to figure out what in the world we're doing with this YouTube thing. We're a little late to the party, but we haven't got a clue what we're doing. So you guys send us some tips, send us ideas. We are open to anything. But let's jump into Kristen's list that she put together of, I guess, 20 questions about me, things you don't know, probably things you never wished to know, but now you will. So, first thing, Kristen, I didn't realize was so bitter about having to tell her movie theater story the other day, but she was. So she decided she would get back at me and have me tell everyone my middle name, which is really not that bad, it's just not my favorite. So, my middle name is Louise, so I am Bethany Louise, and like I said, it's not a horrible name. It's just a little bit old sounding, I guess. I think I'm the 4th or 5th generation to have this middle name, but I've said if I have a daughter, it's ending with me. So that is my middle name, and now it's out there, and I guess we're even, Kristen. Question 2, favorite subject in school. I think mine was probably English. I liked writing papers. My 11th grade research paper was one of my favorite projects in all of school. So I guess that makes me a little bit of a nerd. I'm not sure. But I really enjoyed that. So I do like writing. I like reading. I like talking, obviously. So anything along those lines is good for me. Question number 3. I'm trying to read the list over here. Favorite drink. I guess I don't drink alcohol. So that's out. My favorite thing that I do drink, probably just Coke. I don't like coffee. I don't like tea. I'm pretty boring, really. Regular Coke is my go-to. Or water. But who likes water as their favorite drink? That's boring. So we'll go with Coke. Favorite song at the moment. This is a tough one. If you ask the girls, Lindsay, Kristen, Mel, I am not the music person of the bunch by any stretch of anyone's imagination. The girls all have this playlist that they put songs on every year, like from that year, and I always try to add songs to it, and they're like, B, that one is from like 4 years ago, or that song came out 2.5 years ago, or that song was on our playlist 3 years ago, and I'm just now discovering them, so I kind of got lovingly invited not to add songs to their playlist anymore because I ruined their, trying to keep it current stuff. So, I am not a super musical person. I'm trying to think while I talk, which is also tough. Favorite song at the moment. I'm listening to a lot of Christmas music. My favorite, let's pull up my Spotify and see what's super popular on it right now. Let's see. I've been listening to a lot of Luke Combs lately. I know his new CD just came out and I haven't listened to it a ton yet, but I love his song, Must Have Never Met You. Such a good song. And I've also decided I really like sad songs because those are some of my favorites too. But that one's a really good one. You should go check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on everywhere. So yeah, Luke Combs is what I'm going to go with right now. Favorite food is next. I know Kristen said ice cream, so I'm not going to steal her answer. Mine, I'm going to go with French fries. Those are my go-to when I just need some comfort food. Some free carbs. I'm going to go with, French fries. I always laugh whenever I am sick. The only thing I want to eat is McDonald's French fries, which is so bad for you, but they're so good. And I always laugh because when I was little, my mom, when we were sick, she would take us to the doctor. And we'd have to get a shot or get medicine, and we were miserable and whatever. And so there was a McDonald's right around the corner from the doctor's office. And so she would take us and get fries after the doctor's office to kind of ease the pain of a shot or having to, be sick. And so by the time we get to the McDonald's, medicine's kicking in and you start to feel better, but 5-year-old Bethany didn't realize that's what it was. And so I associated feeling better with the fries. So I still do that to this day, which is probably not a good relationship to have with fries, but still, whenever I'm sick, McDonald's fries is like all I want to eat. So that's one of my favorite foods. Not McDonald's specifically, but just fries in general. Okay, I have talked about fries enough. We're going to move on. The last thing I bought. This is a tricky question because it's almost Christmas time. And the people that I'm buying things for are probably watching this. So I'm going to plead the fifth and not answer that because it's a Christmas present. And I think Kristen is just trying to find out what I'm getting her. So we're going to move on and not answer that question. Favorite book of all time is the next question. And obviously it's the Bible. And I can't imagine Kristen didn't say this either. So, I'm just kidding. I mean, it is. But that's not what the question means. So, my favorite book of all time. This is a tough one. I have several, really. I love Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. The Anne of Green Gables books, which if you if you listen to our Black Friday couch cast, you know that the Anne of Green Gables movies is one of the things I put on our gift guide. I just love everything about it. I listened to probably half of the whole series, earlier this year again. So, highly recommend those. And then anything by Jane Austen, if I can be that girl, is going to be a favorite too. Pride and Prejudice is my favorite, and then Persuasion is my second favorite, which if you've heard us talk about, I'm pointing at my candle over here, you've heard us talk about Frederick on the podcast, that came from Persuasion. Frederick Wentworth, that's what we named it after, because we said if Frederick was real from that movie, from the book, then mahogany teakwood is what he would smell like. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite books for sure. Okay, let's see what our next question is. Favorite color. Okay, my favorite color is blue, but not just any blue. I love like an aqua teal ocean waves color. That's my favorite. Okay, favorite holiday. Christmas by a mile. I love everything about it. I love the shopping. I love the music. I love presents. I love just all of it. Making gingerbread houses, which I would say one thing to all of you single girls out there too. One thing I have started doing or kind of realizing more is even as a single person, it's really good to have your own traditions. And so I live on my own. I don't live with my parents. And so I have my own house and my own stuff. And so I've started realizing there's things that I like to do every year. And even though I'm single, have those traditions anyway. So I decorate a gingerbread house every year. I, put on music and decorate my tree the same way every year. I love going to the grocery store as soon as the Little Debbie, Christmas tree cakes come out. And so I always go buy a box of those, which they're not even that good tasting, but it's very nostalgic. And so I always do that. And so I think it's okay. Have those things that are your traditions, even if you don't have a family and you don't have family traditions are traditionally expected. It's okay to have those things even just as for yourself. So I'm getting off topic, but I would say it's a really good thing to do that, even if it's just you. Okay, next question. Have you ever been out of the country, and if so, how many times? I have. I think we've talked about it in a couple of different episodes, actually. I have been to South Africa twice on mission trips. Once was about a year ago, and once was about 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a little while. I've been to Canada once. That was probably about close to 15 years ago. And my junior year, the summer before my junior year of high school, I went to the Bahamas for about 10 days. The AAU basketball team I played for was asked to come play in a tournament there. It was this international Goodwill for Youth tournament. I don't remember. So we were in the Bahamas for about 10 days and we played 5 basketball games. So it's a pretty good gig if you can get it. We had a really good time. So I've been a few places. Not as many as I would like. I definitely have a travel bucket list that is much longer than the places I have checked off of it. But, yeah. So 3-4 times I've been out of the country, I guess. Okay, moving on. Let's see what she's got here next. Kristen says, what is your favorite restaurant? Whew, this is a tough one. I really like food. My absolute favorite restaurant is probably, there's a place nearby here called Chow Baby, and it's like this create your own, like, stir fry type place. I'm not describing this well at all. They've got like tons of veggies, tons of different meats, and you like put them in a bowl and they cook it and bring it out to you, and it's like all you can eat, and it's wonderful. And if the food's bad, you only have yourself to blame because you made it. So that's probably my favorite, Chow Baby. I guess it's in Alpharetta. Next question. What is the last movie you watched? Oh, wait, last movie I watched or last movie I went to? Actually, they're probably the same. I went to like 3 movies this weekend. I have the AMC A-list thing, and so it's like $20 a month. And you can go to 3 movies a week, and you better believe I take full advantage of that. So this weekend, I went to see Ford vs. Ferrari. I went to see Playing with Fire with Lindsay, which, if you've seen the previews for that, it is every bit as silly as those previews are. But she wanted to see it, and so we went, and I laughed. It just wasn't that great. And then we also went to see Frozen, which I really liked. I think I liked the first one a little bit better. This one's actually kind of intense. Like, there's a little girl sitting next to me who was kind of legit scared a couple of times. So it was definitely a little bit more grown up, I guess you could say, than the first one, but I enjoyed it. We've been singing the songs, so it's good. How many piercings do you have? Several. They're all in my ears. I don't know if the question means, like, I don't have any earrings in. I've got my cartilage piercing this ear, and then I've got 2 holes in each lobe. So I've got 2 pairs and then 1. So either 3 or 5. I don't really know how you count that. There are 5 holes in my ears total. Let's go with that. Next question. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? This is a tough one for me, which I know most people don't have to think twice about that, but when I was growing up, I was really bad at playing pretend. I don't know. Like, I didn't do well with that. I'm very much a realist, and I realize that goes way back now. But I don't know. I was more of the organizer that got everything set up, and this is what we were going to do, and this is what you were going to say, and I was going to say, and then when it came down to the actual play pretend part, like, I wasn't good at it, so I wasn't imaginative like that, I guess you could say. So I didn't really, that I can remember, start thinking about what I wanted to be until I was in probably high school. And then I had a phase where I said I was going to be a lawyer, and there's a part of me that still kind of wants to go back to law school, so that one's definitely stuck around the most. And then for a while, I said I was going to go into sports medicine, and I was going to be like a trainer for a football team or something like that because I love sports, and that was a way to be involved with that. So those were 2 that stuck around for a while. I didn't end up going either of those directions, even remotely. But yeah, and I think if I had to pick one now so that I would want to be, I would love to go to law school and, yeah, be a lawyer. My mom always said, you argue so well, you should put it to good use. So I'm not sure that was really a good thing growing up, but still, anyway. Okay, next question. How tall are you? I'm 5'7", which I think is what Kristen said too, but she was rounding up, I'm rounding down. I'm like 5'7.25", almost 5'7.5", I don't know, but I round down, I just say I'm 5'7". Moving right along, question number 16. What was your college major? I have a degree in interior design. I haven't used it professionally a single day in my life, but I have a piece of paper that says I learned it. I would do some design stuff on the side, or I would do event planning is really kind of what I love when it comes to design. So I've always done that for church, for friends, for whatever, plan parties and stuff like that. And then I started working for my church full time about 2 years ago. And so I do some event planning and stuff for them too still. But professionally, I have not used my degree a single day of my life. And that's okay. It's fine. Okay, moving on. What are 3 things on your Christmas list? Ooh, that's fun. Okay, the first thing, there is this like hairbrush, hair dryer, straightener, all-in-one kind of thing from Revlon that, if you see all this hair I've got, takes a while to get it dry and straight, and it's not naturally straight. I straighten it. So I really want one of those. I've heard they're really great. All the people on Instagram use them, and all of their hair is really cute. So I'm thinking, what do I have to lose? So anyway, I'd really like one of those. AirPods is pretty close to the top of my list too. And then we really need some new mics for the podcast. So I'm putting that on my Christmas list too. Maybe Santa will be kind and bring us one this year. Okay. Number 18. We're almost done. Favorite thing to do when you're alone? Honestly, when I'm alone, I like to get some ice cream, sit in front of the TV, and watch a sappy movie. That's really my favorite thing to do alone. I'm kind of a funny combination of extrovert and introvert. I'm very outgoing, very talkative, but I definitely have like introverted tendencies too, where I'm like, okay, I need to just be by myself. And so when I get to that place, I just want to do nothing. Normally, if I want to be doing something, I want people to be there. So if I'm by myself, I just literally sit around and do nothing. Favorite current clothing trend is our next question. Kristen is definitely the stylish one of the two of us. I still text them and I'm like, do my clothes match? Does this match? Can I wear this? Should I wear that? I don't know. I'm not super fashionable. And I've kind of just learned to embrace it over the years, to just know what I like and wear it and it's comfortable. But most of the time it's not like current trend. Kind of like the music. I'm several years behind. I literally could not tell you one. I don't know what a single current trend is that I wear or like. I have no idea. You stumped me, Kristen. You got me. I don't know. Okay, we're just going to skip that one and just pretend like I answered it. Moving on. Final question. Favorite thing to cook or bake? Well, I was going to say Oreo truffles because I take them anytime I go somewhere, anytime I bring food somewhere. Everyone loves them. Everyone always asks for them. But I just realized you don't actually bake them. You just kind of mix the stuff up and you dip them in chocolate and there you go. They're the best thing ever, though. I'm telling you guys, if you need a showstopper that everyone will love, but is so easy, go on Pinterest, look up Oreo truffles, Oreos, cream cheese, dip it in chocolate. Easiest thing ever. But you don't make them. So, let me think. I made snickerdoodles the other day. Those are my favorite cookies. So maybe we'll just go with that. When it's Christmas time, I love baking cookies. So, since this is Vlogmas, we're going to go with what I like to make at Christmas, and that's Christmas cookies. And that is our last question. Guys, Vlogmas day 2. Done. So, stick around. We'll be back tomorrow. I think what we're doing is, I'm going over to Kristen's in a little bit so we can record for this week. And I think we're going to do some behind the scenes stuff with that. So check back tomorrow and you can see how we do what we do. But until then, I'm Bethany and I will see you later.